The setting, the early 90s. Al Gore had recently invented the internet. Cell phones were the size of bricks, and companies throughout North America discovered a secret weapon in the war on costs. Offshoring. CEOs had done the math. Homegrown IT was expensive. Offshoring had the answer. Why pay North American IT salaries when you could pay pennies on the dollar? Companies began outsourcing to the lowest bidder. It was an IT bonanza. From Bangalore to Beijing, call centers, transaction processing offices, and more opened one after the next, allowing North American companies to grow and save money at the same time. It was a miracle, right? Maybe not. While there's no doubt IT offshoring was great for short-term gains, the long-term isn't so rosy. For starters, it poses a major threat to our local economies. In 2015 alone, the practice siphoned off about $14 billion in North American IT wages. Next, while it may be true that offshore programmers make less than those in North America, this doesn't translate into an immediate 80% savings in cost. In fact, Meta Group found that cost savings were only 15 to 25% per year, once hidden costs were factored in. Not to mention hard costs like travel, training, and overcoming time zone issues and linguistic barriers. It all adds up. Then there's security. Ask the FBI. Maintaining privacy and compliance from afar is next to impossible. NDAs are meaningless overseas, meaning that your intellectual property is at risk. Is enterprise-level data exposed? Offshoring makes it virtually impossible to answer. Not good. Speaking of which, thinking about what offshore can do to public perception of your brand. With jobs and the economy so much in the news, what does the media have to say about your company moving jobs offshore? Ask the banks. Ex-employees who've been forced to train offshore replacements love to broadcast bad news. Internally, this can lead to a drop in morale and productivity with those staff members you still have in place. Not a good look. But maybe the least attractive part of offshoring, the inability to future-proof your company. When a big chunk of your services are handled by vendors in a land far, far away, the accumulated knowledge you need to respond to challenges isn't really yours anymore. Offshore teams retain your knowledge. You can't plan ahead, which means all that money you think you're saving, it pales in comparison to the stunted growth of your future. What to do? Reshore your IT. It's great PR, it's good for the economy, and gives your company the footing it needs to keep on growing. Plus, as technology gets faster, you can scale productivity up, while scaling team size down. That offshore army you thought you needed? Discharge them. Instead, work with a small team you can interact with face to face. It'll make it easier to align business units, reach solutions faster, and propel your industry forward. So ask yourself, do you want to sell yourself short, offshore, or invest in your future here at home? Ask us. We might have the answer you're looking for. CAPCO, forming the future of finance.